I tell them to go in and do ride-alongs. Sit and dispatch. See if it's allowed in your jurisdiction. Go out on the road with patrol.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to another episode of 911 Delta Tethered for Life podcast. As usual, this episode may not be suitable for all listeners due to language and content, so listen with care and stay safe out there.
Hey y'all, grab those headsets. It's time for another episode of 911 Delta Tethered for Life podcast. We're your crazy host, Quesadilla.
And Annabug. Happy National Telecommunications Week, y'all. I hope you had a great week. And I'm sorry I didn't get this episode out sooner, but it's a great way to end your week. We've got Lorri back with us, who was on way back in the beginning to talk about the 911 Saves Act. Tonight, she's going to tell us about herself and how she's getting ready to retire.
All right. Hey. Welcome. We have a returning guest joining us tonight, you guys. She enjoyed it so much last time that she wanted to come back with us again. Lorri, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I would dance, but
Well, your dogs are
I
singing
figured
too.
you would sing something like "Welcome Back,"
Well,
Yeah,
I think my backup singers are doing a spectacular job.
they're very good. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Good thing they're
Won't
already
be able to
sirens.
won't be able to edit that out.
No, we'll have to mute them eventually.
Yes.
All right, so Lorri, tell us a little bit about yourself because we didn't really talk to you about you last time. We talked about the 911 Act and not Lorri. So let's talk about you this time.
Well, I'm a dispatcher of Spotsylvania County in Virginia, and that's about 60 miles south of Washington, D.C. Um, I kind of fell into the job. I was a store manager for Domino's Pizza. Before that, I taught marching band for about 22 years. And that overlapped with Domino's when I was a crew chief. And then I got hurt, not on the job, but I got hurt and I had to get off my feet. And my mother worked for the county and she said, "Hey, they're hiring dispatchers." And I had no idea what that was. But I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like fun." So I applied and, well, here I am. And I have 7 shifts left until I retire.
Woo woo.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Nice.
So set the stage for us in your center. Like, just tell us, give us a visual. Like, what is it like in there? And is it everything? Is it
Compared to the old center, as you two know, like the Taj Mahal. We
the
don't have things.
dungeon?
Yeah, we don't have any critters running under our feet when we're sitting at patrol. Uh,
We
it's
did.
yeah,
We
we
did
did used
at one
to.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, before they fortified the dog food for the kennels down below.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that almost we almost lost Anne on that one. Mm-mm.
Well, we have two doors going into dispatch. When you walk in, there's a couple of consoles that are parallel to the wall. We have windows on 2 sides, and then there's 8 consoles in the middle of the room. Um, there's a door leading over to warrants, and there's a small kitchen, and then the comm manager's office. It's not as big as we'd like it to be, but it's so much better than the old building we were in that we're very happy to be there.
Yeah. And we've got everything is in, like, we do fire rescue, law enforcement, and NCICV SIN,
And animal
all that.
control. Hmm.
Right. And so normally we have fire rescue is on the door side of the
Right. Yeah,
center.
we call ourselves the greeters because we're
The
always looking over our shoulders to see who's there. And at one point, when I was
right.
training somebody on the fire radio, I said, "Part of your job is to say hi, Mike, bye, Mike," to Deputy Christie when he was in and out, in and out, in and out.
Mhm.
In
Mhm.
the middle, we've got call takers and NCICVs in. And on the far side, we have patrol.
Right. And we've
We
got
can
2 consoles on the window wall that are supposed to be for the supervisor and
a
the bad
trainee. Oh,
employee.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. The one that's in trouble.
Right. The in trouble employee, except they
Right.
never get used because we never have that many people.
Right.
It's because we
Perfectly
go
okay.
to the kitchen for that.
Right.
Right.
Or the office.
Right.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So it's an all in one and it was fun at times.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
There's
it
many stories
was.
that can't be told for years, though.
Yes,
Right.
for sure.
Hmm.
For sure.
So what made you decide to begin a career in public safety? I guess you already kind of told us that. But
Yeah, I didn't. I had no idea. I didn't know what dispatch was back in the day. Back in the early '80s, I worked for a parts company that had several branches, and one of the positions was dispatcher. So you're always delivering parts to garages and stuff like that, and so they called that spot a dispatcher. I did that for 3 or 4 years, so technically I had dispatch experience, but actually I had more experience fixing the trucks because that was also part of my job. And it was in where I grew up, so I knew where everything was, and it had nothing at all to do with law enforcement or fire rescue.
Awesome.
gotcha.
All right. Can you share a memorable, good or bad experience or call from your career that's had a significant impact on you?
Um, I've taken a couple of calls. Uh, I've been working when 3 deputies died, unfortunately. Um, Actually, Casey, you were there with me on 2 of them.
Yeah, I thought
Yes,
Casey was the
I
black cloud,
was.
but maybe not.
I think it's me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the second one, um, we were just sitting there. It was a normal day. I was sitting on fire rescue, and at that time, we were so shorthanded. I always sat on fire by myself, which was fine. Leave me alone. I'm happy. Um, and we got a call on the phone from a sergeant who was at the academy teaching, saying, "Hey, we got somebody down over here, difficulty breathing." So I don't know if it was Melissa. I don't know who did it, but somebody dropped the call for difficulty breathing. I sent fire. Fire pulls on scene. Wagon 4 got there first, and this is still burned in my memory. In fact, the guy that was the captain at the time is now Fire Unit 3. But they he pulled on scene and he said, "Spotsylvania, Wagon 4 on scene, CPR in progress, start the EMS supervisor." And I thought, oh, we can't do this again. So it was back in the day when we had the beloved tone board that we all love. And so I'm trying to hit the pre alert for the EMS supervisor along with the tone board quietly so nobody else heard it. So the people on patrol didn't hear it. I was losing my mind, obviously. Um, Unfortunately, he couldn't be saved. Um,
Well,
it
and
was,
backstory on that is that he was a dispatcher.
he was a dispatcher and he'd wanted to go to the road. And the sheriff said, sure. And he was in the academy and they were, I guess, running laps or something. And he just
Yeah,
collapsed,
something like that. Yeah.
you
Yeah, so
know.
we all knew him. I mean, that was
Yeah,
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 and he
horrendous.
was
Yeah.
it was.
very young fella too.
He was young.
Mm.
Yeah,
Was he mid 20s?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
That we're
I
coming up
mean,
on that anniversary. We're coming up on Dean's anniversary too.
Yes, we are.
yeah, because they're
And
kind
that'll
of close.
be,
Next in June, right?
yeah, that'll be what,
Yep.
14 or
June.
15 years.
Yep.
Yeah. And like, I think 10 years for Brian.
Yeah, I can't believe
Yeah.
it's
But
that
that,
been that long. It's
Wow,
crazy.
that long.
yeah, but
I know.
Jeez.
sometimes, and this is probably part of PTSD that I'm pretty sure I have, I can hear that in my head. I can hear Irby in my head saying that. And every now and then we'll get a call and it'll remind me and that'll echo through my head,
Hmm.
and I just kind of have to shake it out and Fortunately, we got Samantha now, so we don't talk to him too much. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. And it but when I initially, I mean, and maybe I don't, I wasn't there. I don't know. But I thought it was so when I first heard about it, cuz I wasn't working that day, but I thought those damn deputies are as bad as a nursing home. You know, he got difficulty breathing, and then the wagon marks on scene with CPR in progress. What? What? Like, I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That was the one thought that went through my head. I was like, they're as bad as a damn nursing home.
Mm-hmm. And they are. But we were getting updates from. I don't know if the sergeant was on the radio at that point or if he was still on the phone, and he was saying how far out are they? He was starting to push. So we knew
Right.
something was wrong. We never expected that,
Right.
but
And they probably didn't. Because they knew that he worked already for the county as a dispatcher, so they
right,
probably didn't want to.
Right.
they were talking to dispatch. So
Right.
that's the only one. I mean, I've had funny calls. I've had stupid calls, but haven't we all? But that's the one that really just lingers.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I can see that.
And I went over. Well, that night the office was in disarray, as you can imagine, and they had a debrief. And training director asked me if I was still in touch with Anna Ridings, and I said yes. She said, "You think she'd be willing to go over and talk to his wife?" And so I called her, told her what happened, and she said, "Absolutely." So I picked her up and took her over, and she talked to his now widow for hours.
Wow.
Just hours, which I think really helped both of them. But it was just a normal day. I don't even know what day of the week it was. It was just a normal day.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I just remember somebody from the other side of the room saying, "Did you say CPR progress?" Yes.
Oh man.
But
Hmm.
that's why we're there. To send the help, to try to get somebody there to fix the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't.
Yeah. The universe had other plans that day.
It sure did, and we tried, but
Yeah.
us mere mortals couldn't do anything.
No. So, how do you manage stress and maintain your resilience in such a demanding role?
Um, I try to go home as much as possible, and I'm not talking about where I am right now. I'm talking about where I grew up, which was Mount Vernon, Virginia. I grew up 2 miles from George Washington's front door.
Everybody else tries to get away from the city, Lori.
When you're from up there, I mean, it's a weird thing. Even if you talk to Bryant, he'll tell you the same thing. But I go up there, I still have all kinds of friends up there, and none of them are in law enforcement or fire rescue or anything like that. They're all teachers.
Hmm.
Most of them are teachers. So it's completely different subject matter when we're talking, and it just kind of lets me relax and refocus. Lately, I've been going up there probably a couple times a week.
Gotcha.
Awesome. And let's see. What are the key qualities or skills that you believe are essential for someone working in public safety?
Well, my first thought is controversial, maybe not to us, but to some people. I think you have to come into the job with some life experience. I think life had to have pushed you around, smacked you a couple of times, maybe jumped up and down on your throat here and there. Um, because if you come in as an 18-year-old, in most cases, except Fred, but Fred's just a superstar. But most of the time, if you come in as a rather young 18, 19-year-old and you answer the phone and you got this woman screaming because she just found a family member hanging. We never see them again. They go home, they don't come back, or or if it's a shooting or something, they can't handle that. And so you have to. My opinion is you have to have some life experience, or you've been knocked down, and you also have to be able to take a deep breath, lock it away, and maintain a calm persona. Because if you get hyped up, oh my,
Oh
things,
my.
yeah, things are going to get all kinds of bad.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's true too. I think for the young people, if you either have to you have to be a very mature person and have some of those capabilities already built in, right?
Mhm.
Compartmentalization and a sick sense of humor and not
Oh,
being able to
absolutely.
not taking things personally, things like that. Because if you're sort of a delicate flower,
Hmm. If
not
you're,
gonna be.
if you're going to cry when SpongeBob gets stepped on, you're not going to do well. But if you're going to laugh when you're watching a movie and somebody gets run over on a motorcycle and you just start laughing and
All
make a
right,
stupid joke, you're probably a dispatcher.
you're
You know,
probably okay, right?
That
yeah,
is definitely true.
yeah. Or if you play Another One Bites the Dust, remember Jenny used to do that every time. Um, you,
Yep.
you've got our sense of humor. Come on in,
Hmm.
but you have to have that, or otherwise you couldn't survive.
Do you? I think I've told Casey. I think we've talked about this before on the podcast, but do you remember the one young man that came in to work and we actually did that during CPR and he left? He quit.
Yeah, I don't think I was there, but I remember it. I remember hearing about it.
Yeah.
But this is also the same cat that wanted to drink an employee coworker's breast milk that was in the fridge. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, he was special, but
I mean, we're all crazy, but damn, we can't be that crazy, y'all.
Right.
Like,
There's a
come on
line.
now.
Yeah, there is a
Definitely.
line.
oh, a crazy line. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I mean we had a trainee sitting on the phone when somebody picked up a shooting and never saw that person again.
Yep.
Just couldn't handle it.
Hmm.
So and I've had shootings and stabbings and hangings and births, deaths. Like we all have. You name it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Airline or airplane crashes.
Ooh, yeah. We had a couple of those.
Yeah,
I've never had one of those. Such a
I've
bummer.
had three or four. Next time
That's
I get
because
one,
yeah,
I'll
you
call
work
you.
during the day.
Planes only crash during the day.
Well, because our little airport, it's not
Yeah,
going all the time. So,
yeah. But
but,
then of course there was the. Do you remember the kid that was working on Casey? He was on the opposite day shift from us, and he was working part time at a grocery store, and he did something stupid, and he ran. The cops got called, and he ran, and then he
Mm,
tried to say, "Hey, I work in dispatch." Not anymore.
my
you know.
God, why do I not remember that?
that's hilarious.
we were all laughing. I mean, come on, buddy. Did you think that was going to get you out of it?
Nice
Uh,
try.
yeah. By the way, you need a job again.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
it's such a special set of skills because you have to be able to be kind of stern with maybe somebody you're talking to, like a frequent flyer, and then pick up the phone and have a little old lady on the phone, and you have to soothe her, and then you pick it up and there's some little kid playing on the phone, and it's all kinds of crazy things. You have to change. I still can't talk to a little kid on the phone and give him the pickup, but you know give the phone to mommy, no, click. Just don't have that mommy
Mm.
voice. You guys
Do
do
you
that.
You want a Happy Meal? Give the phone to mom.
Right. Or, you want to talk to Blippy or like
Who's
that,
Blippi?
right?
Yeah.
See, you don't know. If you knew, you could
Santa
have
Claus is here.
conversations with 2 and
Yeah.
3-year-olds.
Right. Yeah. No.
Oh. Mm.
I feel like I'm talking to some of them on the phone though. Some days.
Well, some days, yeah, I feel like you'd be better off if you were talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
True.
So, what advice would you give someone who is new or considering a career in public safety?
Well, if they're considering, I tell them to go in and do ride-alongs. Sit in dispatch. See if it's allowed in your jurisdiction. Go out on the road with patrol, or go on. I would go out on the road with patrol first, and then go to dispatch, because you know what the cops are doing. Come in and see what dispatch is doing, because everybody thinks that we say, "Hey, 120." Oh, I'm sorry, Casey's here. 456. um, go
There
do
you go.
this. Yeah, 456. Go do this. 10-4, and it's all over with.
Oh,
But
no, it
no,
wouldn't be.
no.
No,
Oh,
it
We're,
would
we're
not
Lord.
be.
running people. We're doing this. We're doing this. And since it is 456, you'll hear, he's running. And then it's on. And that's when I look at Casey and say, this is yours.
It's
Yeah.
more like it's more like 456. He's running.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like he's saying, I'm getting coffee. Do you want any? Yeah,
Right. He's run. Oh, who's running? Because I didn't even know we were running anybody.
right.
Like
What are
I
you?
didn't know.
Yeah. Or he'll mark up out of the clear blue sky. He's running. Who's running? Where are
Right.
you? What's going on?
Right.
Yeah,
Right. If I didn't know your voice, I wouldn't know who just talked.
right.
What's
But you,
happening?
you need to see both sides of the radio so that you
Yeah.
understand that while they are chasing this person, you are crazy busy because you're trying to figure out who it is, whose car it is, all kinds of stuff, phone numbers and known associates and this, that, and everything.
Mhm.
And it's not just eating bonbons and watching TV.
Right.
And nobody's ever given me a bonbon in dispatch. I don't know about you guys.
No, I don't even like bonbons. They better give me a damn Pepsi Cola if they're gonna give my ass anything.
We got
Not no,
donuts the other day.
not no damn
Well, there you go.
bonbon. Ugh.
No bonbons for Casey.
No
I
Definitely
don't think
bonbons for
not.
Casey.
I don't think I've ever had one, so I don't know if I like it or not. But
But aren't they chocolate?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think they do have chocolate in them, but I don't
Ugh.
know that I've ever had one either. So.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but it's just such a. It's not a job where you can say, well, you need to be able to type this fast and read this and do that because you need to do everything,
Yep.
and you have to be able to keep track of who's where, who's doing what. What was that you just heard on the other channel? Did they just call it evacuation? You know, those kind of things. And you have to have like 7 ears on your head, even though you really only have two.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Sure.
especially cool when you only have like 3 speakers at the most for your now 2,700 channels.
Right.
And, 10 people are trying to talk out of 3 speakers, 2
Mm-hmm.
speakers and what's in your ear. And you're like, well, I don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm. And you remember in the old building that if you were really shorthanded, which we almost always were, whoever was on patrol or fire, if the other person had to go to the bathroom, you had two headsets on,
Hmm.
Listen, yep.
and you just hoped that nobody said anything.
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
standing there. I was leaning on that printer that used to be in the middle, and
Oh yeah.
I had Jenny's headset on because she had fire, and I had patrol. And I said, I don't know anything about fire. She said, if they say something, just give them the time.
Yep. That's the
I said,
default.
but what if they say something other than she just say the time? I said, all right.
Just say the time. It's fine.
Fortunately, they didn't say anything while she
Uh,
was gone. But you know, just people don't understand how
hmm.
crazy stressful it is in there.
Yeah,
She was
that
gone
is
to the
true.
bathroom about 25 hours too. Let me tell you, it felt like it.
Hmm. It was one of those. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, we are finished with our questions.
Yeah, so what else you want to talk about, Lori?
Anything else you want to talk about, or?
Well, it is National Telecommunications Week.
It is.
You know?
It is.
So I think everybody that's listening to the podcast knows what it means to us. But everybody should explain to somebody they know that doesn't know. Because how many people think that we're the people that pick the phone up, ask the questions, hang up, go get on the truck or in the cruiser?
Oh my God, right?
Look, they expect you to be doing that before you even hang up.
Well, that's true.
Mm-hmm. Why
You
aren't
should
you
Crystal,
on the
be
way?
crystal
you should
Aren't you
be
ball.
coming?
driving
Yeah,
that
you
truck.
know, but I think we really need to get the word out what dispatch does. That will help everybody as far as changing our classification. But
Yes.
also these people that yell at us on the phone every single day when we're asking them EMD, EFD questions. Um, this isn't slowing anybody down. This is helping people us send the right people. And if people understood what was going on, they wouldn't be as upset.
It's
In
true.
theory,
Right.
you
In
know.
theory.
Mm-hmm.
Theory.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
so I
Yes.
think that
So
should be everybody's homework.
That's good homework. So
that is
everybody
very
out
good
there,
homework.
tell somebody you know who doesn't know anything about dispatchers. All about it. 911 dispatchers.
Yeah. Not tow truck
Right.
dispatchers.
Right?
Not quite the same.
Not quite.
Mm. Right.
Big enough
Oh.
company, I guess it could be.
So, with that being said, I would like to wish everyone that's listening, and also you, Lori and Bug, because we're still, technically dispatchers at heart, happy
That's right.
Telecommunications Week.
Thank you.
It
Same to
should
you too.
definitely be more than a week, but hey, we'll take it.
Should be a
um,
month.
it, yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's an
At
incredible
least.
job, very stressful, very rewarding. It's everything in between, and takes very special people to do it. So,
Well, my gray hair is going to go away in a few shifts. So.
see, it's amazing. Mine too. See.
Mm-hmm. And it's like I don't have any.
Whatever. I'm like, I got little kids. It's gonna keep on coming.
Yeah. Well,
So
before we, I guess, close out, Lori, if there's nothing else that you want to share, we have a new little segment that we've started doing, which is called the rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Um, just some short answered little questions that are kind of fun. Now, Annabug, you don't. I think I did send these to you, but I changed them up, so I'm gonna roll with this one tonight. So you just sit
okay,
back and
go ahead because I
relax.
didn't write those down,
I'm
or I
scared.
didn't I didn't cut and paste them into my notes
Well,
I'm
they're a
scared.
since
little
I don't actually
different,
write.
so.
But
Oh, you should be
yeah,
very scared. No, I'm
Oh,
just
I am
kidding.
scared. I
I'm
worked
not
with you
going to
for
make you
many years.
sing. Don't worry, I'm not
I'm
going to
not
make
going
you
to
sing.
sing. I have
No,
all my saxophones over there. I could play you something, but that's it.
see? You could have played that and I could have sang.
Oh well, too late now.
Yeah,
I'm not
anyways.
warmed up.
Okay, so rapid fire question numero uno. Favorite TV show or movie?
For what like recent?
No, I mean, it doesn't have to be.
from
Just,
whatever.
Okay, favorite TV show would have to be or movie Band of Brothers.
okay. Um, Cooking or eating out? Which would you rather do?
Cooking.
And something that you still have on your bucket list.
Europe.
Okay, which, by the way, she is getting ready to leave for Europe soon. Um, Hidden talent.
I can also kind of play the oboe.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's different. And the last rapid fire question is favorite song to jam to in the car or shower, wherever.
It's not really a jamming song, but Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Okay.
I love that song.
That's a long ass song.
I want a nice long hot shower.
That's true. Okay, well, that is all the rapid fire questions that we have as well.
All right. That was fun. Thank you, Lori, for coming
Oh,
back.
you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me. That was fun.
Yeah, we hope that you have fun on your trip to Europe and that you're starting off your retirement very well since you're headed there.
Taking a
But
month off and then leaving.
Yep, that's
Nice.
great. And
Don't
thank
eat
you
too
for
much
your
this week.
service forever.
What, Anna? Don't
I
what?
said don't eat too much this week.
No. Well, we had donuts and Chick-fil-A
That
Monday.
sounds good.
By P1A. No. Yeah, P1A. I don't know what we're having the rest of the week. I forgot to look at the schedule. But I'm sure we'll get pizza in there somewhere. We
Of
always do.
course.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
For sure. Well, we hope everyone else enjoys the rest of their telecommunications week. And we have really been getting feedback on Facebook and different our social pages, and it's great. We've got a lot of other guests getting lined up, so we're super excited about that. And again, folks, if you want to be a guest, all you got to do is, what he said, just get back with us. Send us a message. Our email address is my God, my mind just gone blank. Podcast911delta@yahoo.com. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from you guys.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes.
Thank
Until
you.
next time. Bye.